you're thinking, punk. Question is, can I get Wolverine before he turns me into shish kebab with those claws? Bob, seeing as how these claws are adamantium, the strongest metal known, and can slice through vanadium steel like a hot knife through butter, buddy, you gotta ask yourself, do I feel lucky?
Hello everyone, thanks so much for joining me here today as we get to talk about one of my favorite subjects, comic books. My name is Jose. I love comic books, I love talking about them, I love sharing them with you. Feel free to follow me on social media if you would like. Links are in the description below. I've also posted a link to the Marvel fan site that'll have plot synopsis and character bios for this issue. We are continuing our run covering the reading order of all things X-Men during this time that Chris Claremont was writer. I have a playlist for Uncanny X-Men. I have a playlist for New Mutants. I now have a playlist for Wolverine. Feel free to check it out. Everything is done in reading order. Wolverine #3 from 1982 by Chris Claremont and Frank Miller. This came out during the Brood saga, but it takes place during the X-Men after the Brood saga. So after the X-Men have come back, and we got this great cover here of Wolverine kind of just looking all broken and alone here, by Frank Miller and Joseph Rubinstein. Also, I own the original issues, and I also own a trade paperback that collects them. So, I'm a Wolverine. I'm the best there is at what I do. I used to be a secret agent. I used to be a hero. Now I'm drunk. Love the screen tones being employed out here. I love screen tones. Part of the reason I love them is just how difficult it was to put them on back in the day, and loving every minute of it. Now digitally you can just put them anywhere, but back then it was a pain in the ass. The clown on my back's named Takahashi. He's a sumotori, a sumo wrestler. He could have been a champion, but he cheats. Blacklisted from the professional ring, he earns his living in these illegal barroom bashos. In his arena, he's undefeated. So, love the strokes here. When I challenged him, he laughed. Look at this. So we read this part first. Frank Miller is just a master at choreographing a fight. Look at this. Oh, it's just beautiful. Sucker ain't laughing anymore. So Wolverine, unlike the X-Men, Wolverine is normally narrated in the first person. When Claremont did the Wolverine sort of solo story with the Brood, it was all done in first person. So front row center for the match is Yukio. She's my lady. Tak's a renegade, but he's got pride. He doesn't like losing. He decides to do something about it, and you can see him smacking Wolverine in the face. Bad move. He makes me mad. And here you can see Wolverine tossing him outside. And when I'm mad, I'm not very nice. So I could have killed him, but he isn't worth the effort. And then outside, we have that police agent that's a friend of Wolverine's here. I'm feeling no pain as Yukio and I head outside. I'm a mutant, you see. My body possesses a natural, fast healing ability that enables me to resist any disease or poison, survive almost any wound. It comes in real handy when I'm partying. We've been partying pretty much non-stop since we met, raising Cain from one end of Tokyo to the other, living like there's no tomorrow. I have other talents as well. I'm strong and fast, and my senses are keener than most animals, even Blitz as I am. I recognize the man waiting for us. So, one of the things that's different about the Wolverine series that you just didn't see very much is the different layouts that Miller is doing. And Chris Claremont really takes up that real estate, making sure there's something for the readers. But he doesn't give you, like, look at this. He cuts off the panel. He doesn't add other, he is. This is just different from anything you would see during this time here. Once Todd McFarlane takes over, these things become more common, but prior to Todd, you just didn't see that very often. Asano Kimura, Japanese Secret Service. What's doing, compadre, says Wolverine. And Asano says, I'm as well, Logan. A pity the same cannot be said for you. What are you trying to prove? Not a thing, bub. Just doing what comes naturally. And so Asano says, Logan, I ask your help. Someone has taken over the entire Japanese underworld and welded them into a power base, from which he means to seize control of the country itself. And Wolverine says, what's that to me? My government wants this plot smashed and the man responsible neutralized, but I cannot do the job alone. I need you. And Yukio says, I need you too, lover. And Asano says, Logan, as a friend. And look at Wolverine. Your hand, Asano. Move it or lose it. He has his answer. So Wolverine is not, he's not in a good space. So here we have now our credits: Chris Claremont, Frank Miller, and Joseph Rubinstein. Tom Orzechowski gets A+ for these letterings. He's not just one of the best letterers ever. He's in the top 3, whatever order. John Workman, Tom Orzechowski, and Kevin Kline are the 3 best letterers on this planet. Glynis Wein is the colorist, and then Louise Jones, who becomes Louise Simonson, is your editor with Jim Shooter. Still the boss for a couple more years. Tom Orzechowski also has to letter the X-Men. So lots and lots and lots of stuff. So here you can see the hand aiming their arrows. We go our separate ways. Wait, my brothers, the time is not yet ripe. Stan Lee presents Loss. And so, good stuff going on. So, all right, here. And Wolverine says, what are we doing out in the middle of nowhere, darling? I thought we were heading back to my place. And Yukio says, later, my love. The night is still young. There's still much to do. And Wolverine says, if you say so. Woo! I'm reeling. Catch me, darling. Oof, what a weight. I cannot hold you. We fall laughing. She feels good in my arms. A perfect fit. This is my secret. My favorite place, Logan. You're the first I've ever brought here. I'm honored, says Wolverine. Now, what do I do? You have to ask, and the 2 kiss here. We wait for the final moment, Logan. Then we go. No fooling. What are we waiting for? You'll see. The bottle falls, shatters. So, I'm hazy because of the booze, and neither senses nor skull are operating anywhere near peak efficiency. The pieces are there, a vibration in the earth, on the tracks, a rush of air, a subsonic rumbles. Only it takes me a while to sort them out. When I do, I move fast. So this looks like a bullet train. The Shinkansen. Are you flaming crazy woman? Playing chicken with a 200-mile-per-hour bullet train. Do you want to die? Says Wolverine. Does it matter? I will eventually. So will you. But until then, Logan, I want to live every moment to the fullest. And when I die, I wish to die spectacularly. Whether you admit it or not, my love. You are the same. And he's like, snore, because he's falling asleep. Sleep, Logan-chan. Do not fear. I'll protect you. So, All right. So I'm not going to read the dream, but basically we have Wolverine kind of being a samurai here. And here he is attacked by these warriors. And you can see him and that poor horse. I'll take it. And you can see him here kind of like begging for his life. And here is Mariko, and of course her father. And Mariko is about to put in the killing blow. And so now the hand is attacking Yukio. And she goes, "What is the meaning of this?" And the guy from the hand says, "Our mutual employer is displeased, Yukio-chan. You were told to slay the Gaijin, Wolverine. You have not done so." And he continues here, "Lord Shingen will not tolerate such disobedience even from you. However, out of respect for your ability and your service loyal to the past, he offers an opportunity to redeem yourself. Kill Wolverine, here, now, or we will kill you." "Okay," says Yukio. "His bones are made of unbreakable metal, you know, and his body can heal virtually any wound." "Cut out his heart," says the hand. "Sounds good to me, but for that I'll need my blades." And so she thinks here, the hand comprises the finest assassins on earth, and there are 5 of them to 1 of me. My kind of fight. And she throws 2 blades here, and then 1 blade here. "Woman, you have signed your death warrant. Neither Shingen nor the hand will rest until as she kills these 2. "Gotcha," they say. And so, "Wake up, lover. We have to get out of here. Logan, I'm serious. We're in trouble. Wake up." And Wolverine says, "Mariko," which of course gets her all pissed, and she kicks him and runs away, leaving poor Wolverine. Now, in Daredevil, the hand, when they die, they like evaporate, but here they stayed. So don't know whether that was an error or what, but. And so Yukio here is in her apartment. You see the color holds done and everything in silhouette here. And so she thinks here, he still loves her. He always will. The fool. I can make him happy. I'm right for him. Why can't he see that? Mariko, she may rot in hell. Is that the only woman for him? And he's the only man for me. I cursed the day I met him. He's destroyed me. Well, thanks to him, my death should be everything I've yearned for. Shingen always accepted and indulged my wild nature. But this time, I've gone too far. He'll never forgive me. That poses a problem whose solution is as obvious as it is simple. The door. Logan, no, too tentative. The hand. And so she's opening the door, and here sees a gun. And Yukio, she's waiting with a blade. And so Wolverine's now going through the lobby here. I wake sore and aching, and no wonder Yukio's kick flaming near snapped my spine, to find myself surrounded by the remains of 5 of the hand. Evidently, they did. Okay, they disintegrate when they're beaten. Very tidy. So, I had just commented on that, and here Chris Claremont is letting us know. So, all right. Despite the fact that I own all these books, I haven't read some of these in forever. So, I don't always remember what was said or what was in there. So, all right. So Wolverine continues. No sign of Yukio. I figure she's furious. My fault for babbling Mariko's name. That we'll deal with as best as we can. What worries me is the hand. Their interest in Yukio should have ended with the death of their employer, the crime lord Katsuyori. Why are they still after her? Again, I have a playlist. Feel free to check that out. I start to call her name. Then, on the threshold, I freeze. So Wolverine's seeing something he doesn't like. There's no light. I don't need it. Scent tells me there's a corpse in the room. I know who it is. Asano. And of course, Yukio killed him. Where you see the knife on his neck. One of Yukio's spikes in his neck. I'm a loner, by nature, by choice. I don't have many friends. Asano was among the oldest and best. Yet I find myself praying this was an accident. It happens in our line of work. A body wanders into the wrong place at the wrong time and gets chopped by mistake. Then I get a whiff of the blade. The scent's familiar. Been bugging me all along. Too late. I realized why. When I arrived in Japan and went to see Mariko, I was ambushed, hit by a shuriken coated with nerve poison, the same stuff as this blade. It was Yukio who nailed me that night. She works for Mariko's father, Shingen. She's been lying from the start, setting me up. So Wolverine has finally figured it out. Logan, says Yukio. And Wolverine says, you better kill me now, Yukio. You won't get a second chance. With a sound that's part laugh, part sob. And look at this. Even in silhouette, you can tell Wolverine is looking toward the side. Oh my goodness. He is, I'm telling you, Frank Miller is a master composer and the master of silhouette and vertical panels. She runs, and so she goes out through the window. You can see her kind of crash and hop down, and Wolverine is going after her. Oh, how freaking cool. I follow. So, she slips through the night like a wraith. Fast, sure-footed, daring, taking impossible chances without hesitation, and succeeding every time. She's poetry in motion, a tigress. But I'm a tiger. Through the streets, sounds I hear. I love the color holds. This is all drawn on color hold. Out of the atmospheric soup that passes for Tokyo's air, I catch her scent. In light and darkness, I see her. And as the hunt progresses, pieces fall into place. Shingen was Asano's quarry, and Katsuhori, the last Oyabun crime lord standing between Shingen and total control of the major gangs. Yukio conned me into helping her penetrate Katsuyori's defenses so she could kill him. I gave her my heart, and she killed my friend. And you can see Wolverine tosses the blade at her, getting her in the shoulder. And she crashes through another window here, or falls. Kind of hard to see here. What? Anyway, race is over, darling. Am I to die, Logan-chan? After what you've done, you have to ask, and the claws come out, snicked. Now here, Frank Miller draws them in a way that other people don't draw them. The claws come through. Normally people have them going like where his things are. And Frank Miller is having them go direct. Sort of like the movie. So, you cannot. You are... we are two souls. We are two of a kind soulmates, born rebels, Logan, who makes your own rules in a society wherein we have no place and which has no true place for us. I love you, Logan-chan, as you love me. Kill me, you kill yourself. She's right, says Wolverine. Perhaps, darling, that's precisely what we both deserve. And he's hit with an arrow and calls out here. Seize him, my brothers. Hold him fast. My initial reaction is that Yukio led me into a trap. Then I catch a glimpse of her face. The hand. She's scared, but more, I think, for me than for herself, he says. So, she should have known better. And so, Wolverine's going to dispose of the hand here. Look at this. Oh, Frank Miller, again, a master composer. Oh, how freaking cool. God, Frank Miller is so awesome. I absolutely adore Frank Miller. And look at this. And they hit him here with the blades, and he punches at both of them here. When it's over, Yukio's gone, hardly surprising, and two of the hands have spikes in them. She's saving me, or herself. I suddenly feel weary. The fight took place in a private garden, patterned after the classic Zen gardens of Kyoto, a place of transcendent beauty and peace and tranquility. No longer the garden has been wrecked, its patterns broken, order turned to chaos. The story of my life. No matter how hard I strive for inner serenity, I screwed up, so why bother? That's Yukio's philosophy. Be what you are. Why fight it? By nature, we're both scrappers. We like it. And when the need arises, we can kill. Yukio wants me the way I am. Mariko makes me want to change, to grow, to temper the berserker in me. I love them both. I failed them both. Worse, I failed myself because I lost myself. And yet, the patterns of life are as fluid as those of this gravel. I smooth the stones. New patterns emerge. Chaos becomes order. The wheels turn. From that order, peace. Perhaps that's the answer. The key isn't winning or losing. It's making the attempt. I may never be what I ought to be, want to be, but how will I know until I try? Sure, it's scary, but what's the alternative? Stagnation? A safer, more terrible form of death, not the body but the spirit. An animal knows what it is and accepts it. A man may know what he is, but he questions. He dreams, he strives, changes, grows. Again, vertical panels. Oh, you took my dreams from me, Shingen, but only for a time, because I'm a man, Shingen, not a beast. A man. That mistake is going to cost you. To be concluded. So, Wolverine, the first series, the limited series, number 3, by Chris Claremont, penciled by Frank Miller, with inks by Joseph Rubinstein. Like and subscribe. I do thank you for listening. Goodbye.